Hi guys, happy blessed day. I've been wanting to post about something for a few days now, and earlier today I posted just some words that talked about a race car driver turning in the direction of where they want to go. When they're in a skid, that they look where they want to go, and that's where they focus, and their body naturally brings them that way. And so I have Melody here. Melody, come up and say hi. Come up and say hi. This is Melody. In case you're wondering what I'm doing down there. All right, excuse us. So one of the ways that we turn and focus in the direction of where we want to go is by telling the story of where we want to go. And I've been thinking a lot about this idea of the present moment as being our point of power. And I know, my darling, in this present moment you want kisses. All right, I'm going to ask you to get down and go lay down. Go on. All right, so the present moment being our point of power, and this idea that we're sort of telling a story of what we want. So how does this intersection of this future story and this present moment work? And the reason the reason it makes sense is because here's the deal. We are manifesting what we are vibrating. And we know what we're vibrating by how we are feeling. And so as we are in the present moment and we're feeling a certain way, that is in fact the energy that we're putting out that is drawing things to us. And so let's say we're in the midst of a situation where, things are kind of up in the air and we don't know how it's going to go, many things moving in many directions, lots of moving parts. I actually heard an Abraham video where they talked about this. I'll try and remember to share it. And it kind of is too much for us, right? It's like, whoa! But it is not too much for law of attraction because, law of attraction is like gravity. It pulls everything. It doesn't matter how many leaves there are falling from the trees. They're all going in the same direction. And the wind blows and they move around, but all law of attraction is always moving them. So what we can do is if we step into the conclusion that we're after, so we get into the conclusion, this is like the race car driver putting their focus on the thing that they want, then we can align with the law of attraction. But here's the trick. Our current point of attraction is based on what we're feeling. And so if we're standing in this place, seeing this future outcome that we want, but not really believing in it, then in fact, this anxious feeling is our point of attraction. So we're not actually aligned with the vision. So instead, what we do is we just leap over all those considerations and stand in the moment in the future. So the way it would look is something like this. Like I'm going to go perform a wedding. I'm a minister. I'm going to perform a wedding in New Orleans in February. And it's my niece's wedding, and my family's going to be there, and there's lots of moving parts, and I have a brother who's actually in hospital right now, and we need to get him there, and I have my mom who's going to be 90 next week, and we need to get her there, and so moving parts, right? And then the family stuff, right? So in any case, I can stand in this place and think, oh God, all these logistics. And sure, I will be taking care of all kinds of logistics. However, I can also just take a breath right now and step into maybe the day after I get back from the wedding. How about that? And so maybe 2 days after, so I've had time to land and connect with my dogs and, get back in sync with my clients. And so I would tell the story that would go like this. Oh my gosh. Now remember, I'm telling the story I want, right? The wedding was so great. Everything went well. And, everybody got along and we had so much fun. And my mom was telling all these hilarious stories, and my brother Coleman was doing so well, and I just had a really good time, and I did a really good job performing the wedding. I even got myself all emotional. It was really funny, and of course everyone cried, and Latifah looked so beautiful, and so all I'm doing is I'm telling the story, but as I get into the details, I start to feel it. I start to feel it as if it is reality. And this is where it connects back into the present moment. Because in this moment, I begin to feel the truth of it going well. And because I am feeling the truth of it going well, I begin to generate that vibration, and so now I am turned toward that manifestation. You see the sort of dance of like the present moment feeling being generated by this future story, but I'm telling the story not from like, okay, I want to get there, I want it to go well, not from here, but being there and telling how it went so well. And here's the reason we feel the truth of this. The nervous system does not distinguish between imagination and reality. You know, we know this because we go to the movies, right? You go to a movie, and if it's a scary movie, you're like, oh, you're scared, right? Now, you know they're actors. You know the blood is fake. You know they're not even there. It's light shining through cellulose or however they do it now. I'm sure it's a digital thing. So the point being, you know it's not real. And yet, in that moment that the scary thing happens, or in that moment that like, oh, emotional thing happens, you feel it. And if that wasn't the case, we'd never go to the movies. You know, this is like a basic fact of humanness. So we do not distinguish, the nervous system does not distinguish between reality and imagination. And so because of that, when we stand in the future and we really tell the story at this juicy level where it starts to feel a little bit real for us, maybe with some details like, oh my gosh, I finally got to try beignets. I don't even know, is that the right way to say them? It was so nice, and the food was so wonderful, and I love New Orleans. I'd always wanted to go there, and the wedding venue was so beautiful. And so just telling the story, the reality of beginning to live in my body, and now my present moment vibration is in sync with what I want. So here we are aligned. What I want and what I believe I can have are in sync. Okay? So that's what I wanted to tell you about this telling of the vortex stories and the present moment, the way they are connected. It really is. Our power is in this moment. And one of the ways we awaken it is by allowing our imagination to to inspire in us the feeling of what we want. Oh wait, Joy, where is she? Oh, she's behind the camera. Excuse me. All right, see you soon.